Hello and welcome. We're going to get into another video, and in today's video I will be showcasing Decidueye. Decidueye is the Pokemon that get the recent community day and they gave it access to Frenzy Plant. In the past I said don't give it Frenzy Plant, just give it Leaf Blade. Okay, Decidueye is a frail Pokemon, it doesn't have any bulk, and for those Pokemons that are extremely frail you need Leaf Blade because it's a cheaper moves. An example for that is actually Shiftry. If you give Shiftry Frenzy Plant, it won't be as good as having Frenzy Plant on Venusaur. Venusaur technically is not the bulkiest Pokemon, but it has an average bulk. It can get to 3 Frenzy Plants in the neutral matchups, and it can get to 2 in horrible matchups, while Decidueye is going to be able to only get 1 move in the horrible matchups and 2 moves in the good matchups. That's like the main comparison. If the Pokemon is frail, you need to give it Leaf Blade. But my chat, they were like, okay, Yasser, if we gifted you 5 subs, will you be running Decidueye? I'm like, Decidueye is a horrible Pokemon. They were like, okay, how many subs for 1 set? I'm like, okay, 5 subs. So we decided to run it, and remember, I haven't had an 05 sets ever since, I think, 3 seasons ago. But so we decided to run it with the 2 of the most busted Pokemons in the current meta in the Great League remix. So we're gonna run Decidueye, but first of all, it has Magical Leaf and Leafage. So for both of those fast moves also, they aren't the greatest. I think Magical Leaf is basically Air/Clone, which is bad. Leafage is Bullet Punch clone, which is also bad. Bullet Punch is a bad fast move. It's way below average. An average fast move is, we call it, is like Vine Whip. Vine Whip is the standard for average good fast move. Average good, not like stuff like Counter, we call them like the best. Okay, so it has Leafage, Razor Leaf, and Magical Leaf. Magical Leaf is bad. It's an Air/Clone. Leafage again is a Bullet Punch clone. Why Bullet Punch is bad? Bullet Punch does 2 less damage than Counter, and it generates the same amount of energy, while stuff like Steel Wing, and there is another one, and Poison Jab, they do 1 less damage than Counter, but they generate the same amount of energy. So that's why it actually needs the Wing Attack / Poison Jab treatment. Until then, I don't know how I feel about this Pokemon. But now let's go and watch some battles I had on my live stream. So we're gonna see Decidueye in the Great League remix. And first battle, it's a Gligar matchup. This is a horrible matchup. I mean, if you were a Serperior, I would have stayed in. Serperior would have clapped Gligar, okay? With like 1 Wing Attack lead. We swapped to Whiscash, and opponents swapped into their own Poliwrath. So in this matchup, this is not like an ideal matchup for Whiscash, but it's not a bad matchup. Like, Whiscash is gonna do some decent job here because it's a decent Pokemon. And here you will notice that I don't want to kill this Poliwrath because I need to have some energy lead against that Gligar. So here, if you notice, I am not gonna throw this energy. So I let my Pokemon die because I wanted to farm this thing down. And look how crazy this Pokemon attacks. It actually has a fun animation. At the end of the video, I will include a footage from the live stream where I'm like, why it attacks so much but it does nothing. Look at that. Like that's how much a Leaf Blade would do, and it's even cheaper than this. Leaf Blade would have actually done more. I think Spirit Shackle, I think it's 50 damage for 40 energy with a chance to debuff. That's what my chat told me. I don't know. You know what? Let me go and check. So be right back. So if we take a look at Spirit Shackle, if you don't know how to check the charge move, you go to PV Poke, and then you go moves, and then you go charge move if it's a charge move, because it's a charge move, okay? I always sort them by DPE, so I can know what is this thing. And we're gonna go Spirit Shackle. So if we look at Spirit Shackle, it's 50, 40, 1.25 DPE. So it's similar to those at charge move with a different chance. This thing has a chance, 33%, to drop the defense for the opponent. It's a Sludge clone with a chance to debuff the opponent. Wait, it's actually... Wait, is it 50 energy? No, 50 damage for 40 energy. 50 damage for 40 energy. It's a Sludge clone. If you don't know what Sludge is, it's a Rock Blast clone. It's a horrible charge move. But the thing is, it has a chance to drop the charge, the opponent's defense. It's actually worse than Flame Burst and Heat Wave. it's worse than Tri Attack. At least Tri Attack has a high chance to drop the attack and the defense. Okay, what's else? It's way worse than Trailblaze. So that's how bad the charge move is. It's not the greatest. I am assuming next season they maybe will make the damage will make the damage 10 more, because this is just bad. Like, okay, you took like lots of, I don't know, you took like a community day to make a Pokemon look good, but it's not looking good so far. So let's go back and watch the battles. Record for YouTube. And now we will see. So now opponent have a Vigoroth in the back. So this game is basically dead, and we don't win this. By the way, if you are the charger bug, don't throw discharge. You always X scissor unless X scissor is a neutral and discharge is super effective or double super effective. And here we lost that matchup. Moving into the next one, and we switched one of the Pokemons into okay, we did not change the team, so this is a good matchup, okay? But Carbink is an OP Pokemon. Decidueye is not the greatest Pokemon, and look at this. We landed the Frenzy Plant from an attack weighted. That didn't KO, plus the fast move damage. Now I have to shield, like, believe it or not, I have to shield this. People might say that I don't have to shield. So this matchup on paper shouldn't be losable. There should be no word where I lose this matchup, because opponent just get extremely hard countered, right? But let's see. I'm going to bait here. And opponent is shielding, which give me some bad feelings. That means they have something that will one-shot my Whiscash. So opponent bringing a Ferrothorn. So this is bad. I cannot swap out. I died to one charge move. And I'm gonna throw the next one. I think I should have swapped the moment I threw this. But technically, that's like too healthy for me. I shouldn't be shielding here, by the way. So this is a bad play on my end. I'm trying to feature why. Remember, this is featuring Decidueye. It's not featuring the team. So why am I shielding here? Just to show you why this Pokemon is bad. The ideal play here would be no shielding and then going Whiscash. That's like the ideal play. So this is why even Spirit Shackle is bad. Like, I throw two of them and they do neutral damage. Oh my, that's a nice screenshot here. Like, look, like Ferrothorn pretending that it hurt. It did nothing, dude. Like, if I had two crunches, that would be enough to KO the Ferrothorn, but it didn't. So that's another thing why this Pokemon is not good, okay? Even with the buff to the community day, Niantic gave it so many fast moves. They gave it Leafage, they gave it Spirit Shackle, they gave it Frenzy Plant, and they gave it the other fast move, grass fast move, the Air/Clone, but it's still not doing anything, which tells that this Pokemon is just bad. Okay, unlosable lead. Okay, you should never lose into such a lead. So I'm just gonna throw the Spirit Shackle here, because I can just deny them and go to my own Dragonair. So now we switch to Dragonair. Technically, you guys saw me like sweeping with the Dragonair plus this plus what's the other Pokemon? Plus Charjabus in the Great League, and this core is very decent. It's actually crazy good core, unless like you queue into a Carbink. So they lived with 1 HP, but we can still KO that. So now what's the play here? Well, I'm just gonna try to force them to throw. Okay, this scenario here is the reason I did not throw my charge move is that I'm trying to pressure them to throw energy on me. So that's why. Now we swap. They have a Coffee Gigas, and they should outpace us here. So I'm gonna let one go, and hopefully it's a Dark Pulse. It ended up being Shadow Ball, so at this point I'm not gonna shield. I can't shield here because, again, we're trying to feature Decidueye here. Like, that's what we're focusing on. This is a greedy bait, but they should be shielding because technically this is where they want to use the shield. And now it's all about a race to get to the charge move. And they get the Dark Pulse here, and they get the other move right before I get to my move. So there was no way to beat this Pokemon. And this is why, again, proving that it's horrible, dude. It's so bad. Look at this. This is supposed to be unlosable lead again. So opponent swapped in a Lickitung. So I'm gonna throw Frenzy to make the matchup easier for me on the Dragonair. Ideally, I think I should have went to Charjabus, because so far they don't have a Charjabus answer, which tells me that whatever is in the back is a Charjabus answer. because Jellicent is just gonna farm me all the way down, unless they do have bubble, which they do end up having. They end up having bubbles, so hopefully they don't farm us down. Oh my, they are actually going for the farm down, which is kind of rude. And they keep going, they building. Well, okay, okay. Since they shielded, now it's not as bad. And they had an Obama Snow, so I switched out just to show you, just to show a point. Like, the opponent threw in a 45 energy move, and they got it before I get to my 40 energy move. Yes, they had, I think they were like a turn ahead, but that's still, like, my 40 energy charge move is getting outpaced by 45 energy moves, and I am a frail Pokemon, so usually frail Pokemons are supposed to be spammy. An example for that, like a Blaziken, like Gallade, like Caesar, like those stuff are like very frail, but like to adjust their bad stats, they give them fast charge moves, which technically it's not about that. It's because like in the main series game, they are, yes, fail, but they are very fast. The stuff like Charizard, like Caesar, like like as an example, Regirock is the fastest Regi in the game, so that's why Regirock has the cheapest move among all the Regis. That's technically the logic behind it. I don't know if it makes sense or no. Usually Pokemons that are very fast in the main series game are the Pokemons in this game that they get like very cheap. They get to their charge moves pretty fast, like Lucario as an example. It has Power Up Punch. Why Medi has Power Up Punch? I don't know. Maybe it's fast. I actually don't know about Medi's stats. And in this matchup, we're just going to be debuffed to the Oblivion, and this should be a good game. So hopefully, I actually hope that they buff Decidueye. Just give it Vine Whip, Leaf Blade. I don't care about Frenzy Plant. Frenzy Plant does not make sense on it. Now we're playing Bobelli. Bobelli is a Bastidon, Steelix, Carbink user. So I'm assuming there is one of these in the back. And yeah, don't be like Bobelli, guys. Learn how to play the game instead of just playing Steelix, Bastidon, Carbink. Okay, now Boboli will see this video live, and then he come to see the channel and like, oh my, yes, it's just talking smash shit again. Like, why? Because you're using Carbink and Spastidon and Steelix. How about you just learn the game instead, my friend? He's my friend, I can say that. I don't think he's gonna consider me a friend after this. He's actually one of the Pokemon Go casters, so as well. So it's not just like he's an RPS player. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, I'm just gonna throw the Spirit Shackle here and go to Vigoroth. I'm assuming he has a Vigoroth answer in the back. I'm assuming he's gonna bait here, because usually Bastidon players always bait, because they rely on Bastidon sweeping, and they ended up having a Poliwrath. Is this game winnable? If I get to the next Body Slam, I think it's winnable, but we don't get to the Body Slam, and we will lose this game. And Decidueye is a horrible Pokemon. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for watching. This is the end of the video. I will attach a couple of clips from my live stream about like my live reaction about this Pokemon. So this is not the end of the video technically, but yeah, this is the end of the battles. And see you in the next video. If you like these battles, make sure to leave a like to the channel and subscribe. And see you in the next one. And this is my first all 5 sets within seasons. Oh wait, this is not the end. Okay, so just as an example, I switched the team to show you the difference, and here we had a horrible lead. Okay, Ufisk is one of the nightmares for Charjabus, and I'm just gonna play it like this is how an actual team should be played, right? Okay, we're gonna call the bait here. Because the next discharge doesn't KO, so they must bait, and they swapped in Dugong, so technically they will be able to farm me down, and I technically don't have an answer now to Dugong up energy. Dugong up energy is actually a beast, because everything you have will be debuffed, right? So they throw the first move. The second, we get to throw the second move, so ideal timing here is 2, 5, and then you count from there. I'm not gonna shield this, as I know I'll barely live, and all I need is to do 2 fast moves and then throw, and if they shoot, if they shield or no, I'm just going to swap to Dragonair, and they are 2 ice shards away, and we are just going to farm them all the way down. They bring Lickitung, so what's the play here? Just going straight Body Slam. And I think I should win this matchup as Dragonair. 2 shields up is just going to sweep everything they have. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for watching, and make sure to check the end of the video, because like it is like 2 or 3 clips from the live stream, and make sure to give us a follow on the Twitch, so just when we have live stream, you guys will get a notification. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and peace. Bro, this is so hectic. What the heck is happening on my screen? It's so hectic and annoying, actually. 16. Yo, this is a good lead, chat. Dude, I'm gonna ban everyone, including Missy Janders.